What's good in the hood, YouTube? This is Crazy Samurai 71 here, bringing you another video. Today's video is on Power Rangers Dino Charge. And before I start, you may have noticed I'm back to my old location. Now you may think to yourself, what? Why are you back to your old location? I thought the other location looked way better. I liked it better. But hold all questions. I'll explain exactly why. The reason why this is not because I think it's a better location, because I don't think it's a better location. In fact, I like doing it up in my room. The only issue right now is that there's a light in my room that is causing problems, and this light is one of the main lights in my room, and it went out, and the bulb is broken right now, and I need to get an electrician or someone to come in and fix it. Now, does that mean that this is going to take a super long time before it happens? No. It will probably expect to see it fixed within the next week or so. But right now, I can't. I really just rather not do it, because I mean, though I have light in my room, it's not the best lighting, and it looks a lot worse than even this does. Obviously, it's a white wall. Obviously, the background's better, but the lighting's way worse. And I'd rather not have it where the lighting's way worse. So I'm gonna stay in here for now. This won't affect us too much, because it will probably only affect like 2 videos. Sadly, one of those videos will end up being the Power Rangers Dino Charge episode 5 review. Yeah, this might be out before it, might be out after it, but regardless, yeah, I can't do much about it. But in regard to the Transformers stuff, anything that's coming up this week in regard to Transformers stuff that I'll be doing, pretty much pretty much all that, maybe one thing possibly, but from what I can tell right now, everything should be from stuff that's been filmed in my room. And you may think to yourself, well, does that mean that does that mean that you fixed your light? No, that just means that I filmed it beforehand. So if you're wondering, oh, does that mean that you fixed it? No, it's not. It's not because of that. It's just because I filmed before the lights actually, stopped working. So that's good. But for now, in regard to Power Rangers and whatever videos may come up early this week, which really won't be too much, I'm gonna have to stay put in regard to. I'm gonna have to stay down here for now. So I just wanted to elaborate that, make it clear, so that people aren't questioning me and thinking, "What's going on?" I liked your location before. The reason is mainly because of just the fact that I just can't do it right now. Things aren't possible, and believe me, it sucks, because I was thinking of doing some really interesting new things. In regard to like a new topic that I think a lot of you guys would really enjoy, and it would be really fun, and I could do it for a lot of different things. And obviously I'm saying this now without giving you any information, but believe me when I say this, once the lights work, I definitely want to explore it, because I think that you guys will really have fun with it, and I think I'll have a lot of fun with it too. And I really can't wait just to hear what everyone's opinion of it is. But until then, we'll just have to deal. So anyway, let's move on to Power Rangers Dino Charge. So obviously this video is entitled Power Rangers Dino Charge, and it's referring to episodes 8 through 10. Now, obviously, as we know, we're nowhere near that. We're 4 or 5 episodes in, depending on when I actually post this. And the thing is that, I mean, these episodes aren't even going to occur till like April. So yeah. But regardless, let's go through the summaries, the descriptions, and everything else, and just give a general idea of what I can tell you about them. So the 8th episode is entitled Double Ranger, Double Danger, and the description says, when Clone Rangers steal the real Ranger's irreplaceable tracking device, Fury learns the location of the powerful Terrazord. Okay. So so now let me tell you what I think of this. So first of all, it mentions Clone Rangers, obviously. Now, obviously, clearly as many people know, Clone Rangers has been a pretty common thing. I mean, we can think of the Psycho Rangers, we can think of the Punk Ranger, like the Punk Rangers or whatever from Mighty Morphin or whatever. We could think of the Wild Forest ones that they did. There's a bunch of different like Clone Ranger kind of things, but I mean the Psycho Rangers are probably the most well known overall. If there were Clone Rangers that were more well known, I can't think of any other season than that. Really, it's probably the most well known Clone Ranger group probably ever. So that will be interesting to see how that's gonna look. Let's see here. Obviously, they mentioned the Pterosaur, and you may think, so why didn't I talk about that first? It's just because it's the first. I wanted to go in order. The Pterosaur. So obviously, as people know who have watched the Sentai before, the Pterosaur is referring to the Gold Ranger Zord. So yes, we're gonna start getting information on the Gold Ranger Zord in April. So by April, we should start getting closer to that stuff happening, where we'll eventually get our Gold Ranger. So that'd be fun. I'm personally excited as ever to finally get to see our Gold Ranger in action and really just know who he is, get his backstory. Because I mean, I'm loving what we've gotten so far, and I can't wait to see how they introduce a Special Ranger. Because I mean, I can't complain about the backstory that they gave Orion last season, because that was probably like, out of a lot of the things they did with Super Mega Force, even though Super Mega Force is not the best season ever. A lot of the things that they did in regard to like his backstory alone was really good. Everything else about that season was, mixed here and there. I mean, there's certain things that were great, certain things that were really, really terrible. But I mean, his backstory was really excellent, and I would love to see something like that come out of our Gold Ranger, if not better. So that's exciting. And obviously Fury is the one that's looking after it. Now, as many people know who have watched the Sentai also, in Japan, Fury technically is supposed to be the Gold Ranger. Now, that's going to be an interesting thing to see, because obviously if that's true, it's hard to really determine what's that going to really mean. I'm a little bit uncertain myself, because the thing is, and you think, well, why can't it be him? The reason why it can't be him is because he's supposed to have like some sense of those powers in a way already, and not to mention the other thing is the fact that just in general, I just can't really see it necessarily being the same thing in this case. I mean, maybe for all we know it could be true, but I don't think so. But anyway, let's move on to the next episode. So the next episode is entitled, let me see here, When Logic Fails. Okay, so this is the one that I personally found very confusing. And yes, logic. Okay, so the description says the maze monster working with Fury captures the Rangers until Ryan's logical mind helps them break free, but the delay has allowed Fury time to head towards the Pterosaur. Okay, so there's a few things I want to say here. First of all, as you may have noticed, they mentioned the Pterosaur again. They're still like looking for it. Now, for those that have actually, for those that may be wondering about they're mentioning it again and again. The thing is that clearly, if you haven't already guessed, it's going to be this thing that's going to occur for at least a little while. I don't know how long for sure. I mean, I don't want to say I don't know for sure, but I have an idea. But overall, and we'll get to that soon. Clearly, as you can tell, it's not just an instant. Oh, this episode 9 was episode 8 was when we get it, or something like that. The other thing is they mentioned the name Ryan. Now, there's a few thoughts that I have on that, and it's something that I was completely confused on, because when I saw that, I was like, since when is there a Ryan? And you may be thinking to yourself, well, could that be Cyan? No, it's not Cyan. It's not our Cyan Ranger. It's definitely not, because Cyan's supposed to be I believe it's either, I want to say it's Riley's brother. And the thing is that, speaking of Riley, one thing that I want to say about the characters overall is the fact that two of the main Rangers, Tyler and Chase, no, not Tyler and Chase, what am I saying? Tyler and Riley, they originally had different names back when they were, choosing the names for this, for the characters. Originally, originally Tyler's name was Lucas, and Riley's name was going to be Ryan. Now, technically, it could be some older information. It could be some information that was not changed to match the names. but right now it says Ryan. The other thing that I found online is that supposedly, which I really find unlikely, is that supposedly the name of our movie ranger that was mentioned, that if you've watched the Sentai, there's like a movie ranger that was specific to the movie that had the Zero Judenshi. That ranger is supposedly supposed to be named Ryan. I highly doubt that that's gonna be right, because if that were true, that means we're getting some major special. And the thing is that in the show, he's only shown like 3 times, and I mean, it's just like, I really doubt we're gonna get our movie ranger, and I think it's really meant to say Riley. Unless Cian really is the name, unless Ryan is the name of Cian, which I really doubt. I really find it unlikely. I mean, there's a chance, but right now I'm leaning towards it being less likely. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that. The Maze Monster, I have an idea as to what it might look like, but I can't really like say for sure. Let's see here. So what's episode 10? So episode 10 is entitled "When the Rangers Find the Gold Energem." Oh no, wait, what am I saying? The episode's entitled "The Royal Rangers," and the description says, "When the Rangers find the gold energem among royal treasure, they decide to impersonate a princess and a princess to lure Fury in and gain control of the powerful Terrorzord." Okay, so this is one that I really like a lot, because it sounds like it could be a really cool episode. So it says Royal Rangers, obviously. Obviously it's mentioned the gold energem, so this is more likely than not, if not the episode when we get our Gold Ranger, the next episode should be when we should most likely expect to see our Gold Ranger finally, which I am beyond excited for. If that's true, I can't wait to see that. I just can't wait. I'm so excited if that's true. Now, in regard to other things they mentioned, obviously the Royal Treasure, which will be interesting to see. I'm curious what the Royal Treasure really is. They also mentioned a prince and a princess. Now, this is the thing that I could see really being interesting. Now, why do I think this is interesting? I think this is interesting because they could really go all sorts of different routes. They could do stuff to reference Sentai here, or they can reference the Power Rangers. Now, how could they reference the Power Rangers, for example? They could do something in regard to like dressing up 2 of the Rangers and making them act like, Rita and Zed, or someone, or like, Queen Vanchira and not Queen Vanchira. Sorry, Queen Vanchira is the queen from Lightspeed. What am I saying? King Mondo and the queen from that season. I'm forgetting the name right now, because I keep thinking of Queen Vanchira, and Queen Vanchira is from Lightspeed, and that's completely wrong. You know what I'm talking about. I would find that the King Mondo thing less likely, but I would definitely say that Rita and Zed would be awesome. I'm sure plenty of people would like that. I mean, something like that would be excellent, because I can't really think of what else they would do for overall Power Rangers seasons, because there really aren't many prince and princesses in the seasons. I mean, they're not going to dress. I mean, yeah, no, they can't do that. Never mind. I mean, I can't really think of many things in that regard. Sentai-wise, I could see some stuff being possible. I mean, I can't think of anything like right at the moment, but there's definitely things that they could totally do to reference Sentai or Rangers, or do something just creative in general, where they just overall really, create a new concept that we just haven't seen yet, and really make it look awesome. I personally just would love to see what they can do, and hopefully the prince and princess outfits don't just look like a standard, like a basic prince and princess outfits, and actually they take extra effort to become really creative with those, and not just say, okay, they're gonna dress as a prince and a princess. They're gonna actually do something creative. Because I would personally be very, very happy if they did something creative, and and I'll tell you this much: if they do it, I'm sure when I review that episode, I'll be talking about it in extreme detail in regard to what I think of it, because I really am curious as to what they are going to do. I really hope they're going to be creative and really make it stand out. I hope I guarantee you guys are thinking the same way. So yeah, I mentioned all that. What else could I say? That's about it. Okay. Yep. Sounds about right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Again, this has been Crazy Samurai 71. Please like, comment, subscribe. Check me out on Twitter at Crazy Samurai. And thank you guys all for watching, and bye.